Hello, welcome to Real Mother's Talk. My name is Petra, and today's subject is a delicate one. It's a subject that everybody suffers or already suffered, that is anxiety. So, let's talk. But before you talk, if you still didn't subscribe, please do. So like that, every time that I put a new video, you will receive a notification. And at the end of this video, if you like, just put a thumbs up. Today's subject is anxiety and how to deal with it. All my life, I, like many people, suffer from anxiety. I will not call it disorder because I can still control it, but I still have my difficult days. As you probably know, I like to understand every time I choose a subject, the whys, and I like to investigate a little bit more about it. So I went to find the answer to the question, how to deal with anxiety. But the first step is to understand what anxiety is. Anxiety is a horrible feeling, such as a worry or fear, that can be mild or severe. And everyone had feelings of anxiety at some point in their life. Anxiety is a normal reaction to danger. Is triggered when you feel threatened, under pressure, or facing a challenged situation. In moderation, anxiety isn't necessarily a bad thing. For example, I used to be a singer, and every time I had to take the stage, I would get anxious. Really, I did. This made me more focused and perform better. Another example is the fear of failing an exam at school. So many times when I had an exam and I was so anxious, so nervous, because I just want to give my best. But still, I didn't know what was coming. And then anxiety kicks in to make you alert and motivate you to overcome the task. And the last example is moving to a new home. How many of you experienced that already? That we get nervous, excited, and we talk to a friend saying, I'm anxious for that day. I'm really so happy. So, normal anxiety is always related to a specific situation or problem. It lasts only as long as the situation or problem. It's proportional to the situation or problem. Or it is a natural response to a real problem or situation. So now let's talk about the bad one. The bad one is anxiety disorder that can transform into something nasty and unpleasant when this feeling starts to appear every day and stays with us for long periods. When it becomes overwhelming, it comes unexpectedly. Now, we are entering the anxiety disorders world, and this is a mental illness that can have a massive impact on your life. So it can lead to depression, school dropouts, losing your job, it can destroy relationships, and if not treated, can take to suicide. So don't be afraid and look for professional help. Now let's talk about some tips to help you deal with anxiety. Every time I feel anxiety symptoms arriving, I try these 4 steps. Stop and breathe. Here I'm not talking of pure meditation. It might be just a timeout. When you start to experience anxiety, you need to try to regain control of the situation. So start by finding a comfortable place. Sit down and take deep breaths. I want you to forget the world and control your air intake. When we get anxious, we lose control of our breathing, which makes us stress and panic. So by doing this exercise, you will gain control and balance again. I do that all the time. I like to meditate, and I noticed that this helped me to control and have fewer anxiety moments in my life. Breathing exercises are powerful relaxation techniques. Next tip. Understand the why. Have you ever solved a problem without knowing what the problem is? No one can. So the first step is to find what is causing your anxiety so we can try to fix it. Why are you in this panic without being able to breathe? Now you need to work this a bit. Stop and give some thought about what happened and pinpoint what made you feel this way. For me, for example, what helps is to write it down in my paper diary. I need a pen and paper and no need all the apps that we have all over in our phones. I write it down when it's bothering me, and by putting it out, makes me feel so much better. Focus on what you can change. My anxiety comes in the form of anticipatory anxiety. And I'm sorry I need to say like that because it's really difficult, this word for me. is when a person experiences increased levels of anxiety by thinking about an event or situation in the future. Let me give you an example. When I launched this channel and my blog, I immediately began to overthink everything and worry about things like, what if people don't like it? And if my videos aren't good? And me in front of the camera? No, oh my God, no. So even before choosing a name or deciding what I want to write or make videos about, I was already in panic with the final result. So I said to myself, just focus on what you can change. In this case, do the videos you want, the way you want, and don't think about what people may think. My rule, if we don't control, we don't care. The other one is focus on something relaxing. Sometimes the best way to stop that moment of anxiety is to stop doing or think about it, the thing that triggered the anxiety, and do something else. In this moment, you need to change the focus and make your brain think of something else. Here you have a list of things you can try. Go for a walk, call a friend, listen to music, meditate, or watch a funny movie or read a book. And these were my 4 steps. But let's talk about another thing very important. That many of us think that is an act of weakness to show others that we suffer from anxiety, when exactly the opposite. Only a strong person can open up, and I'm not saying I am, but I had the courage, and talk about such a severe problem. So don't be ashamed of doing so. Sure, I'm not saying to go out with a t-shirt saying, I suffer from anxiety. No, it's not that. But yes, to talk to a close friend or partner and ask for help. I also would like to leave a side note to the ones that we look for when we need help. Stop saying it's just nerves and get over it. That kind of attitude doesn't help at all. It might even increase the problem. To finish, I would like to share these statistics that show how serious this is. 1 in 14 people around the world has an anxiety disorder and costs $42 billion per year to treat. So, to finish, happy thoughts, and I hope I helped improve one person's life today. See you soon, and bye!
Okay, alright.